Hey Gemini, it is July 28th. Thank you for joining the channel today. This is the Divine Order of the High Priestess. Thank you so much for all the support that everyone's been giving me recently. I think we had like over 1,000 views or close to that, somewhere around there in the last 2 weeks. 72 hours of watch time. Love it. So if you'd like a personal reading, check the description box below for my email. Shoot me a note and we'll get something set up for you. And other than that, let's just dive right into the reading. So I actually did a pre-shuffle for you just to kind of get a gauge check on what's going on. Cards that we have here are the Five of Cups, the Star in reverse, Father of Pentacles, the Six of Wands, Three of Pentacles, and the World. And actually, Three of Pentacles was in reverse. Sorry, I forgot to mention that. The World. And on the bottom of the deck, let me actually shuffle that again because I don't know which one of those cards was on the bottom. Let me just pull one more. One more. Interesting. Okay, so we've got the Eight of Swords in reverse. So, Gemini, if you've been feeling a little bit down, maybe you had a loss recently, an emotional loss, or you've just been feeling emotionally drained, there is hope at the end of the day if you keep the faith. There could have been something that you're really working towards, Gemini, that I think you had high hopes for. Could have been a career situation, could be financial stability and whatnot, but it was a lot of effort, I think, on your part. And at the end of the day, I think all you wanted was this: to be radiant, to step into your power, to earn your own personal successes tied to this situation. But instead, there's been some delays or just upsetting things that have occurred, or transitions. Maybe you left a job recently. You could have broken up with somebody, had an emotional situation. Maybe you're dealing with some depression or upsetting things in your life. That lots of transitions. I feel like maybe you even could have moved recently as well, or you're thinking about moving. But at the end of it all, I think despite this kind of being, the star being in reverse, maybe the disappointment of this situation has maybe led you to start to look at yourself a little bit more, your actions, how other people view you. And at the end of it all, I think you're approaching a new cycle. So a time of like transition is occurring, I think, for a lot of new people. In fact, I think there's a new moon today too. And the North Node is going to be approaching, oh goodness, I can't remember. There's a major transit occurring as well on the 31st of July with the North Node. And so a lot of people are closing a cycle. When I see this card, I often think of a cycle, a chapter ending, maybe just a renewal of some sort. So if you have been in this place, I think you just need to continue to work at it, because ultimately it's kind of like ready to birth. Your new you is ready to birth, per se, where you're kind of in the cocoon. It's just waiting to come out. There's like something really exciting that maybe is about to occur for you, Gemini. It's just kind of like keep working at it, keep trucking along, keep going internal, keep looking within, to better understand your situation, what happened in the past, maybe too why you didn't achieve this in your last role. I feel strongly it's like a career situation, or maybe it's just not as fulfilling as you wanted it to be, but you still have hope. And again, to the irony of these two cards as well, this was on the bottom of the deck. This was, in the pre-shuffle, but it's kind of like you can see yourself in this state, right? You're here or here, and you're moving into that. Like, you can see what comes next. In this card, the swords are not piercing the cocoon. My throat chakra's closing as well. Could be something about speaking up too, if there's something you need to say. But, you know, I think you're assessing kind of the past, what happened, where the disappointment was, the emotional letdown, the loss, the disappointment, and now you moved away from it. There's some hurdles, delays, but there's a goal maybe you're trying to achieve, Gemini. And I think you're just trying to, again, assess where are your strengths, where are my strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, threats, the SWOT analysis. And I think that you're really working hard to achieve this. So if you have goals, ambitions, and things that you're striving for, Gemini, I think you need to take a risk and you need to continue to work hard on those things. Keep going within. Kind of a general reading, I guess, but not really getting too much from Spirit right now. Next card, a couple more. Ooh, bottom of the deck. Tower. Yeah, so definitely something definitely happened in the past. Could have been shocking, could have been unexpected, could have been sudden, could have been a job loss too for someone, or like your reputation was maybe harmed in some capacity professionally, or you just didn't achieve what you're ought to achieve, set out to achieve. But the tower indicates that there was some sudden change. So again, too, could have also been a relocation, a move. It could have been something tied to your stability, though, that definitely changed. And underneath that card, too, is the devil. So it could have been just your focus on material possessions. Maybe there's somebody left your life as well that, like, you didn't put enough emotional fulfillment into it or connectivity into it, but it left you disappointed. And I think, again, when I see the devil, I think of like material possessions, the ego. I think of not following the light, maybe darker aspects, power, control, that type of thing. Maybe you took advantage of somebody too, potentially, and they walked away and it left you like this, Gemini. But ultimately, I think you're coming to a place again of harmony, stability, growth, prosperity. You're trying to harness your resources too a little bit better than maybe you have in the past, or just more protective of them, understanding money in, money out, you know, what am I saving up for, that type of thing. And these two cards were in reverse. So we've got the Mother of Cups and we've got the Temperance. Yeah, so I think you were just ignoring your intuition a little bit, Gemini. When I see these two in reverse, it means that you kind of were not connecting with your intuition, not connecting with your emotions, and refused to see the signs that Spirit was kind of giving you relative to this situation. And now you feel like this. With loss comes gain, and so ultimately, I wouldn't look at it all negatively, Gemini, but that's just kind of, I think you're just trying to get back on track right now. You could have lost a lot with this situation, or given a lot of energy, time, resources, money, and at the end of it all, it kind of left you bare and broken, unhappy, and your reputation was harmed a little bit in this matter. Couple more. Yeah, so we've got the Seven of Cups. I think you're trying to go back and forth, Gemini, looking at this matter, understanding what is the truth here. I think you know there's been some deception. It's been illuminated for you, right? Either you have deceived somebody else or they have deceived you. And I don't think you want to be this way anymore. That's kind of what I'm getting. If you're thinking about just becoming a different person, maybe, like just moving into a place where you're less like this and you're more like this, and you're a little bit more considerate of other people in a nurturing type way, like spirit. That's kind of what I hear for you. On the bottom of the deck, we have the Strength card. So, yeah, this is requiring a great amount of effort, time, energy, strength. So, I feel like, again, you just moved away from a very dark place into a new situation that is blossoming. Spirit just wants you to continue to focus on that, the cocoon, right? You're like waiting to come out. It's like ready, it's like bursting for you to come out so you can be the star. You can embrace your true self for who you are, harness your resources effectively, put in a lot of work, right? Knowing that it's going to succeed, but you've got to pay attention to the signs that you're hearing intuitively and around you from spirit. Tap into your mothering component. If you're not feminine, you need to reconnect with your divine feminine. If you're masculine, you can still connect with your feminine. We all have that duality, but I think you definitely need to reconnect with yourself and maybe just forgive yourself for not seeing the signs, not treating somebody the right way, not approaching a situation in the best, making the best decisions potentially. And if you can do that, Gemini, I think you're going to come to a place of strength. It could also be a Leo that was affected by this situation. Maybe you want to extend an offer to somebody too, a love offer, or just reconnect with somebody. I think you're just trying to get your life back on track after a very long, long uphill battle that was very draining. More Gemini. I feel like there's so many like unanswered things with this reading. I'm not really sure like what to, there's a lot going on. So if you've been like in your head, in your mind, body, heart, whatever, like you're just processing everything, I feel like it's definitely kind of the message here that I'm getting. Mother of Wands. So yeah, so I don't think you have to be as scarce as you were before, Gemini. If you're being extremely like frugal, cheap, watching your spending, I think you're moving into a place where it's okay. You're definitely going to be a little bit more protected, but it's going to require great strength to get through this situation. Just know that everything's kind of working in your favor to complete the cycle you were just in. There are a lot of lessons learned. Take the lessons that you just received and apply them to your life. And other than that, know you're moving into a better phase, okay? So I guess what you make of the world is it's the completion, but it's also an ending and a new beginning. So it's really exciting as well. That's all I have for you, Gemini. Hopefully that message, the messages that came forth resonated with some people out there. Once again, if you can, like, share, subscribe to the channel. And if you'd like a personal reading, check the description box below for my email and shoot me a note. Other than that, I hope you have a great rest of your week, and I will see you again soon. Bye, Gemini.